So what's really cool about this is, like, women are joining together, they're learning all of the, key parts of flipping a house, and they're doing it virtually. Like, we've had women from like 5 or 6 different states. They've come from different countries even. And it's been very cool. Zoom makes everything available to everyone, basically, right? So, these trainings are held on Zoom. These sessions are internal meetings where we ask questions, people share, share information, and everybody learns from each other, right? Even the people that are new to it, versus the people who are a little bit more seasoned, they all have something to share. They all have great questions that makes everybody think. So the group dynamic, I think, is a really important part of it as well. So then, meanwhile, the contractor is sending me throughout the project different videos to show the work that's being done. I'm sharing that with the women so they can kind of, get a visual for what's being completed. Obviously, that needs to happen before we disperse more money as well for the work. And then, we get to the point where we're getting ready to put on the market. Now, we've had women that are within travel distance of the flips actually go and see the flips and take a tour of Salisbury, Maryland, where we've been doing the flips. And that's been really fun, get to meet the contractor and everything like that. But it's not necessary. Everybody can still participate, even virtually. At the end of the project, we basically speak with the agent, have our agent join us and kind of talk through comps, why we're thinking of the range that we're thinking to put this house on the market. Take a vote. Are we going ambitious, and trying to get that high price point and see what happens? Are we going to go low and try to get like a bidding war going? There's all these different philosophies, right? I know I'm getting into the weeds, but it's fun. Then we sell, and at that point, I've seen women go and independently start to take on their own flips and bring women under their wing, right, that haven't yet, had exposure. And some women I've seen in our group actually transition and want to go into multifamily investing. And so our group has also started offering additional opportunities, not just flipping, right? It's not, Powerhouse Women isn't just about teaching women how to flip. It's supporting women in getting into all types of real estate investing. There's just a couple entry points that are, kind of simple, obvious entry points. One's house hacking, flipping is another one. And then there's apartment building investing. And some people go directly into that. Some people, of course, start with smaller investments and work their way up. But what we recognized in the group is that there were women that had an appetite for it, but they didn't have the knowledge yet and the confidence level to start, trying to buy apartment buildings, these larger multifamilies themselves. So we established an 8-week readiness program, recognizing there's a lot to learn about the complex world of multifamily investing. And that was basically to connect. This is a current session that we have about to conclude. I'll just discuss that one quickly. 8 weeks of readiness. We brought in flash mentors, so people who were, quite successful in multifamily investing, to share about, analyzing these deals, doing due diligence, financing these deals, capital raising, kind of across the board. And then simultaneously, we're also having internal meetings where the women are able to discuss their, partnership goals, what types of roles they could see themselves playing as they're learning, share deals, share opportunities. And we've already seen, just in this 12-week session, multiple partnerships form and women getting in on each other's deals. There's an 8 unit that a couple women are doing. There's a 167 unit that some of the women are going to LP on. It's really, it's been really cool to see how quickly women are feeling, more comfortable, but also realizing how big multifamily is and finding the space that's right for them to break in. So that's been a really fun kind of transition for women to go into as well, once they're feeling kind of comfortable flipping or thinking that they want to diversify. And we've got other initiatives coming. Every time I recognize a need, I generally work to develop a program. So I know there's a lot of women that have an interest in wholesaling in the Powerhouse community. So I'm looking how to support women and learning how to wholesale and, kind of teaming together and hopefully selling deals to the Powerhouse women selling deals to the Powerhouse women to flip and whatnot. So that's another initiative. So I'm always excited to have new women joining and sharing what their needs are, so I can develop, programs to help women overcome their limitations and work together to do those deals.
Yeah. So I think that, everybody has a different place in their journey that they're at, and they may be getting interested in getting up what I like to call the property ladder. So that's how you build generational wealth for good. And how do you get in? Me may have a certain level of, like, for me, being in a commercial, a residential retail retail position where I was selling houses and then having a chunk of change once the house sells to be able to then go invest with. Sailors have a chunk of change that they can go invest with, or maybe you have a job that's in a completely unrelated industry and you've learned enough through your program to be able to invest in one or the other. I think then you're on this Y in a road or fork in a road where then you're like, okay, now we need to look at how much time I have versus how much money I have,
Yeah.
figure out which would be the right thing for me. And I believe my understanding is that your program also helps women understand what their best path would be at that juncture in time, and then say, okay, here's the different opportunities and ways that you can use what you have to go up from here. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of see it as like a stepping ladder almost, because we offer a house hacking training as well. That's an entry point that I find is like a very basic entry point, but it's not for everyone, or some people have already done that, but they're still feeling limited and they're not building portfolio, right? So maybe they want to dabble in flipping, right? They don't want to start a flipping business solo right immediately, but they want to test it out, and do it in this kind of like safer environment, right? Or maybe they want to go straight into multifamily investing. And there's people across the spectrum. Some people that will be like, you can go straight into buying a 200 unit building, and other people who think that you should start with smaller multifamily or something like that. So it's really all about what the woman envisions is comfortable, fun. I mean, honestly, there's a ton of ways to make money, but you have to do something that actually feels fun to you. Like some types of commercial real estate might not feel as exciting to some as some types of, flipping businesses, and other people, they don't like flipping. It's too active. There's too much work. Too much can go wrong. I want to be in an apartment building. It's safer. At the end of the day, there's plenty of ways to make money in real estate. And I don't personally like poo-poo anybody else's strategy. I think it's important that women just kind of like feel like what resonates with them, dabble a little bit, and just have that confidence and recognize that, there are ways to partner. I think a lot of times partnerships, doing things solo is tough, when you're getting started, and there's ways to partner. I don't know if safely is the right word, but there's ways to partner where you can, build your relationships prior to signing the paperwork, which is, I think, what's really important about these types of communities. You can start to talk to people. You can start to share your ideas. You can see what people are up to before you're like signing the paperwork. But whenever you partner, you want to sign that paperwork. I don't care if it's like your mom or like your best friend. I think it's always a good idea, right? To have the formal structure. But I just harp on that because I think I've seen so often that just like a fire ignites when women connect with other women and start doing deals together. Yeah. And I love that part of the work that we do in the community.
It's a safe zone. Like if I wear red lipstick, I don't have to be thinking about what you're thinking about my red lipstick, whatever. If I talk about a boyfriend, I don't have to like even second guess, oh my God, why did I just say that? You know what I mean? Because I'm making your mind go there or whatever. It's
yeah.
Yeah. And some of the issues that we deal with, whether it's, child rearing or how do we find a babysitter while we're flipping, like things that are just different through our lives, we're able to like collaborate together on that. And that's a woman's strength, I believe, is one, within each other, and two, being collaborative. We do like to have everybody have a seat at the table versus like the call I got today from my guarantor. Well, normally I get this much for that. And I'm like, you know what? This was already set up and put together. I already promised them and them and them and them this. Everyone's getting there or whatever. So next deal, you bring the deal, we can renegotiate or whatever, but this is how it is. So everybody gets a seat at the table. I think is something we're great at. And it's a guy, of course. It's the big one.
Yeah.
But not only the comfort level, I think, but also, the fact that we can work with women in like different stages. And we've all been in one of those stages before. So having this environment is awesome. Now, Marielle, one thing I really like, so for example, if you look at what I do, I'm just a deal person. Like I just go find deals and offer deals. And so I realized there was a huge gap in what I was doing, and having women be ready and knowledgeable enough to be comfortable enough to have confidence and then do what they wanted to really do. And so that's why I wanted to reach out to you and talk to you today. And so I can get this in front of my audience and show them that there is a way to stepwise get ready for whatever type of investing that's best for you. And also, if anyone is interested that's reading this or watching this later, how can they get a hold of you and work with you?
Yeah, so you can go to powerhousewomenrei.com. That's our website. We also have the Powerhouse Women Real Estate Investing Facebook group. Feel free to find me there. Keely, you're welcome to share, of course, my email with anybody who's interested in learning more as well.
Perfect. Well, I will for sure be doing that, like everywhere.
And one thing I do want to just mention is that our programs, whether it's the group flipping or the multifamily investing group, they kick off periodically throughout the year. So I encourage women, and you can do it from the website or from the Facebook group, to get on the waiting lists for the different groups so you can get the information if you're interested in participating in one of those when they become available.
That's great. Get on that waiting list because you won't want to miss out on getting together with other women to make your dreams come true. I mean, really is what.
Yes.
Marielle, thank you so much for spending your time today to talk to myself and our audience about what you offer, about how that can obviously impact a lot of ladies who maybe right now need that help. And I look forward to actually having you on here again in the future. And again, everybody that has questions, feel free to reach out to us and let us know anything that you would be requesting from either Marielle or ourselves. Thank you so much today for tuning in. Number one Leading Ladies.
Thank you, Kaylee. It was great to be here. I look forward to connecting soon.